Take a shower, bro.
It's shea butter.
It's shea butter. That's black. You brush your teeth at least?
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you are doing great. How a doctor can be asking a patient, have you take shower, have you brush your teeth, just because wiping the patient body, the skin color stain the white cotton board or cotton wool that he was using. But this is not acceptable. Here was the stitch. Even doctors, nurse are added to this video because it's not really right at all. Let's dive into it together.
I'm just gonna clean up a little alcohol swab, okay? Cleaning up the area for you. Take a shower, bro.
It's shea butter.
It's shea butter. That's black. You brush your teeth at least?
Hi guys, my name is Casey. I am a registered nurse. I've been a nurse going on almost 7 years now. Let's talk about this video and why it's so upsetting. So you have a provider with a black patient. He cleans his arm with an alcohol pad, looks at the alcohol pad, and said, "Did you take a shower?" The patient said, "It's shea butter." He proceeds to say, "Why is it so black? Did you even brush your teeth this morning?" Really, doc? Was that necessary? But this is what black patients face in the healthcare industry. This is why a lot of black people don't trust the medical system. This is why a lot of black people prefer to go to providers that look like us. Because when we bring our symptoms to them, they either dismiss it or minimize it. We receive lower quality of care, which leads to poor health outcomes. Something as simple as not believing that it was shea butter. So now let's get into more serious things. If it was chest pain, what would you have said? "Oh no, it's just GERD, it's indigestion. Take a Pepto-Bismol and you'll be fine." But this is the microaggressions that we face as black people in the healthcare system. Bias towards us as a marginalized group of people. A study from the University of Virginia in 2016 showed that black patients received less pain medication due to false beliefs. You know, when you're born with audacity, whatever comes up here, you feel like it has to come out here. It doesn't, doc. Okay? I understand you guys don't use lotions and oils over there, so you don't know when you put an alcohol pad on a melanated person's skin, things is gonna come up. We go through a sensitivity training in school and in the hospital, so you knew better. What y'all think should happen to this guy? Because as a parent, if I was there and you're talking to my kid like that, that's all I have to say. What do y'all think? Because this pissed me off. Pissed me off.
I guess some of our non-melanated physician colleagues need some education on melanocytes in the brown and black patient population and how when you clean the skin off with an alcohol pad, you're going to get some of that melanin from the melanocytes that is going to look like the patient is dirty. It does not necessarily mean that they're dirty. It's just our actual skin color coming off. And I actually did a video on my washcloth a few months ago. So here it is.
Used, clean. And as for me, because I have melanin, my melanocytes are going to give this washcloth a dirty looking color on top of my oil and dirt that I remove.
And the audacity to ask a patient of color if they brushed their teeth because the alcohol pad has melanin on it is quite disgusting, in my opinion.
All right, if you see that video, you'll also see that this doctor goes and asks this patient, "Did you even brush your teeth at least?" That level of disrespect should not even be tolerated by anyone, no matter where you are. So if you're a patient who's facing that level of, discrimination, I would say, make sure you can file a complaint. Make sure you obviously talk to the physician, let them know this is disrespectful, walk out. Obviously, if it's an emergency, you got to get taken care of. But if you're in a clinic, you have a responsibility to yourself to get the best patient care. And if this physician is giving you these kind of remarks, that comes down to a level of unprofessionalism that cannot be tolerated by anyone, especially you. So my recommendation as a physician is to make sure you file a complaint. Number one, if I ever make those kind of comments, which I will never ever do, I would also want to know that my remarks cannot be tolerated and I should be disciplined accordingly. I want to make sure I get feedback. And again, you got to make sure that your complaints are well known.
Take a shower, bro.
So I wanted to take a moment to educate healthcare professionals. If you're using an alcohol wipe on dark skin, you will see residue, and that is the skin cells. The skin cells are pigmented with melanin, so you're going to see the dark skin cells on the alcohol wipe. What we're seeing in this video is a doctor that went through all of his medical training and is practicing medicine and never learned about this. And I think this speaks to the fact that medical training isn't preparing many medical professionals on how to work with a diverse patient population. So I think this is important for medical professionals and patients to know. You can see in the video he was rubbing his skin pretty aggressively, and this happens often with healthcare professionals that don't know this. They will rub on a patient's skin, and they don't know that this is their skin pigment. They're thinking that the patient is dirty. And I think, and you can only imagine what type of stereotype he might have if he's encountering this with dark patients and doesn't know that it's their skin cells.
I just went to an ENT and I feel like I'm assaulted. This is why women don't go to the doctor. This is why we don't talk about our chronic pain, because people are horrible. I have chronic pain that I've been trying to figure out what is wrong with me. I've literally been poked and prodded and had ECGs hooked up to me today to try and figure out what's going on. And I had an appointment with an ENT because my ears have been blocked and I'm sorry, I'm so upset. They've been hurting so badly. So I waited, I got into this ENT, I was so excited. I sat down on the bed, and as soon as the doctor came in, I just felt so uncomfortable. I am a childhood SA survivor, so I already don't like men. But it was like this awkward silence, and I was just like, okay, like, how are you? Like really friendly. I felt so uncomfortable when he was examining my face, but I was just like, you know what, like, you have to push through this, you need to know what's wrong. And then he didn't tell me what was wrong. He just started going in and asking me all of these really uncomfortable questions. He was like, what's the meaning of life? What's the biological meaning of life? And then he was asking, like, why do I think I'm in pain? Just the most unprofessional questions. And he had an accent, and I don't understand accents really well, so I was like trying to ask him what he meant, and then he just kept asking more weird questions. When he was examining me, he like put the gloves in my face and was putting them on. Like, he was extremely racist. He was talking about South Asian people and using slurs and saying that there were too many of them here. And like the power dynamic of a doctor and a patient, especially a man and a woman that has already gone through being assaulted, I didn't know what to say and I felt so uncomfortable. He kept telling me that I need to be accountable for my own life and my own stressors, and that's why I'm in pain, and that I like need to fix myself and then I won't be in chronic pain anymore. And then I said, I've been working so hard, I've lost 90 pounds, I'm on a health journey, I go to therapy, I'm doing everything right. And then he said, well, there must be a narcissist in your family. What does that have to do with me being in pain and asking? And then he just was so condescending, saying, I admire your courage for looking to see what is wrong and not turning to drugs, because that's what most people would do. And I said, I don't want drugs, I just want my ears to stop hurting. So after about half an hour, he said that it was my jaw that was hurting, which I already had known that from a different specialist. And I said, can you prescribe me Botox, or can I get Botox for my jaw, because that's what I've already been told to do. And he basically said, oh yeah, just give the doctors more money and don't actually address the problem. I don't know if he was judging me by my body size or by me being a woman. He also made a bunch of really inappropriately sexual jokes, talking about my mother's vaginal wall and talking about the night that I was conceived. How is this doctor still practicing medicine? The Google reviews are this.
This is exactly why I don't trust holy people. My mother, Miss High Priestess, her friend, Miss Theology, doctorate degree in Bible this, Bible that. They are the worst fucking people I've ever met on this planet. They are the most terrible people I've ever come across in my life. Church people are the worst. I'm sorry. They can be the most evil. I don't care. Like, what the fuck? I'm waiting for the day. I'm just waiting for the drama to ensue like it always fucking does. Because, like, what the fuck?
America is a scam! An entire fucking scam! I just left the doctor's office for a physical! A normal yearly physical!
No, man, stop crying. It wasn't that expensive.
Bitch, I dropped half a band. Half a band! 565... Shut!
Well, no, man, it's important. It's for your motherfucking health.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up! You're telling me I can't sit at home and pinch my titties for free? You're telling me I can't bang my knee against the surface and test my reflexes for free? You're telling me that I can't take a look at my ass eczema and say, looks normal for free? A 15-minute appointment. Don't get me wrong, I love my doctor. She's the fucking shit. However, if it were ethical and if I cared that much about hanging with my doctor, Sis and I can go hang out at Sweet Green for so much cheaper. Pee in a cup. We need your wee-wee. And I gave them my pee for free. I gave them my small batch homemade blood for free. How could I not have charged these bitches? So y'all jacked my pee, took 4 bottles off my small batch, my blood, and you turn around and say, $5.65. And you say it with confidence. Oh my God. And at the end, they still had the balls, to charge me $5 for a parking ticket, a parking space. God rest ye. God rest ye. Because if I get my hands on you, I'll sleep ye. Everyone's getting smoked. This entire country is shiesty as fuck.
Hey cousins, so let me tell y'all how I just had the scariest moment of my life, and I'm still kind of scared, but okay, let me just tell you. So I had to go to the doctor today to take blood work. It's something I do every 3 months because I take depression medicine, anxiety medicine, and stuff like that, and we'll talk more about that later. But I have to go take blood work. So I go to the doctor, do the process to get the paperwork so I can go to the lab to take the blood work. So I'm looking over the paperwork and I see it says all this stuff, and I should have took a video there, but I don't be liking taking videos in doctor's offices and stuff like that, or in public places. I have to get comfortable, but anyway, and I'm reading the paper and it says hemoglobin, and I'm like, that's a pregnancy test. I gotta take a pregnancy test? Have I always been taking pregnancy tests every time I come and get blood work without noticing? But I'm like, I gotta take a pregnancy test? I'm like, oh shit. So I go to the lab and she started drawing all the blood. She had to take hella blood, but she started drawing all the blood. And then I said to her, I said, I have to take a pregnancy test? And she was like, yeah, you have to take a pregnancy test. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, I have to take a pregnancy test. I'm like, all right, I haven't been sick. My little lady situation, already had it. It came on time. I don't feel any type of way. I don't have any pregnancy symptoms, so there's no way I can be pregnant. Plus my tubes are tied, so there's no way I can be pregnant. I don't believe in that. Oh, cause your tubes are tied, you can't be pregnant shit neither. I don't believe in that. But so I go in the bathroom, pee in a cup, do whatever. Give her the urine specimen. She's like, I'm gonna run it right away. I'm gonna run it right away so you can get your negative. I'm like, yeah, cause I can't be pregnant. No. So I called Bay and I'm like, I had to take a pregnancy test. He was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I had to take a pregnancy test. He was like, I'm like, but babe, there's no way I can get pregnant. I'm like, I haven't been sick or anything like that. And I'm like, and my tubes are tied, which it doesn't really mean anything to me, but it would take it'll be a little bit harder. And I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. There's no way I can be pregnant. So now we gotta wait for the results. Oh,
leave your opinion down below what you think, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on notification. Anytime I upload, you will be notified. Stay blessed and bye bye.